This large serving platter holds exactly 48 steaming golden brown savory beef appetizers, all prepared and ready to feed a hungry crowd. This specific formula comes directly from Joan M. Conrad's archives, a classic approach to the beef crescent. Our objective is to take a few basic ingredients and transform them into a high-yield batch of bite-sized pieces. To begin, you'll need 1 pound of lean ground beef, a packet of onion soup mix, sharp cheddar, dill weed, and 3 8-ounce cans of refrigerated crescent rolls. Before you turn on the stove, you must have 1 hard-boiled egg ready. It needs to be cooked, cooled, and finely chopped. Getting the egg prepped and acknowledging the required yield up front prevents you from having to scramble mid-recipe, allowing you to focus on the assembly later. Combine the raw lean ground beef and the dry onion soup mix in a skillet over medium-high heat. Once the meat is browned, tilt the pan and press the beef with your spatula to drain away the excess fat. Skipping this step allows liquid grease to remain in the filling. As the crescents bake, the pastry will absorb that moisture and become too soggy to hold. Remove the skillet from the heat. Now fold in your chopped egg, a teaspoon of dill weed, and a cup of grated sharp cheddar cheese. The mixture must now sit until it has cooled to room temperature. This cooling phase is a structural requirement. If you place hot filling onto raw crescent dough, the heat will melt the butter in the pastry layers, turning the dough into a sticky, unworkable mess. While the filling cools, preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and unroll the first package of dough. Standard crescent cans are pre-scored into 8 large triangles, which are too large for this appetizer. To reach the target yield, use a pizza cutter to slice each of the 8 triangles in half lengthwise. You'll end up with 16 narrower triangles. Repeating this across 3 cans provides the 48 pieces required for the recipe. Take a heaping teaspoon of your cooled meat mixture and place it onto the wide end of each slim triangle. Roll the dough forward from the heavy, filled end toward the thin point. When placing them on your baking sheet, tuck that final point of dough underneath the roll so it is pinned against the pan. Tucking the point uses the weight of the appetizer as an anchor. This prevents the dough from unraveling or popping open as the pastry expands in the oven. Place your crescents on an ungreased cookie sheet. The instructions call for a bake time of 13 to 15 minutes in the preheated 375-degree oven. You are looking for the dough to puff up and develop a uniform, deep golden brown crust. In this time-lapse, you can see how the pale dough rapidly puffs and browns into its final flaky form. Because the fat was drained and the filling was cooled, the dough stays crisp and intact rather than collapsing. When finished, you have a savory beef interior with melted cheddar inside a golden crust. These are also designed for advanced preparation, as they can be frozen and served later. If you aren't serving them immediately, allow them to cool to room temperature before storing them in bags to protect against freezer burn. To serve them after freezing, warm the pieces in a 325-degree oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Mastering this workflow provides a scalable, low-stress recipe that delivers a consistent result for any gathering.